Near the end of last year, two amazing platformer games made their debut. The one you're all familiar with is obviously Super Mario Odyssey, but there's another game that I truly love that came out slightly before Mario. It's A Hat in Time by Gears for Breakfast. This PC game gives you control of Hat Kid, a little girl wearing many crazy hats, visiting many worlds and cities and beating up old mafia dudes. This game is super original and you can clearly tell a lot of love went into making it. The game is separated in acts and chapters, and today I want to take a moment to give you my favorite. Hey, I'm Nico, and here's my top 10 levels in A Hat in Time. The first world in A Hat in Time is none other than Mafia Town, and let me tell you, this is one heck of a city. It's huge and features so many places to go to. There's a plaza, there are towers, there's a harbor with boats and everything. The inhabitants of the city are mafia people, and they love to mess with Hat Kid. They're gonna make her trip, they're gonna punch her to the moon. They're not really cool people when you think about it. Act 4 is called Down with the Mafia, and it takes place in the city at night. You'll have to enter the Mafia HQ on top of the entire city, even though it clearly says to stay out of there. Inside you'll have to go through a casino type room, which is pretty cool. Then you go through the kitchen, and it's kinda dirty. I wouldn't eat the food there, man. And at the end, you'll be fighting the Mafia chef. And this is why I like this level so much. It features the first true boss battle, and it's really fun and impressive. I mean, heck, the boss uses his own Mafia people to attack you. How cool is that? Remember how colorful Mafia Town was a second ago, with the blue sky and the water everywhere? Well, in Act 6, heating up Mafia Town, all of this water is now replaced by lava. Why? Well, you see, somebody turned on all of the faucets that control the lava in this town, and now it's super dangerous. People can barely move anywhere without burning their butts. This is where the Hat Kid comes into play. By using your trusty umbrella, you can shut the faucets down and remove all of the lava. This level is super cool because you have to be super careful in your movements if you don't want to end up roasted. Some of the jumps you have to accomplish are pretty precise, and I genuinely held my breath at points to make sure I will not trip down and fall to my doom. This next level takes place inside a train. It's Act 2, Murder on the Old Express. And just like the title implies, somebody was murdered on that train, and it's up to Detective Hat Kid to solve the mystery. This chapter will ask you to go through the train to gather clues on who the murderer could be. Those clues are hidden everywhere, and often you'll have to hide from the detective crowds in order to get them first. Your time is limited, so you'll have to act fast if you want to solve the mystery. Okay, I'm probably making this sound super complicated, but it's not. In fact, it doesn't matter who you choose to be the murderer in the end, because the game will adapt the cutscene and you'll always be right. In fact, the guy that was supposedly murdered is not even dead. It's all a movie after all. What a weird game. Chapter 3 has to be one of the more original ones in A Hat in Time. The SUBCON forest is kind of a weird place. It's kinda scary, and when you first enter it, you'll be lost. The only thing you can do is to follow this weird little shadow guy. But it's a trap! Now you're stuck inside a bag, and you will now meet the Snatcher. This guy will let you go if you complete a couple of tasks for him. Plus, you kinda have to sign his contract, because if you don't, well, you die. So now that you signed it, he now owns your soul. This character is voiced by a fellow YouTuber named Youngtown, and let me tell you, he did one heck of an amazing job. The Snatcher is the most memorable character in the entire game. The jobs you'll do for him are very varied, some asking you to find a village, to explore a deep well, and many more, even fighting a toilet. All of the jobs he gives you are pretty cool, but at one point you'll have enough of his jobs. At this point you'll have to fight him to recover your soul. The Snatcher's boss battle is the most epic battle in the entire game, period. In a way, it reminds me of the Sans fight in Undertale, where you'll have to avoid all sorts of crazy fast attacks. Seriously, this game is just great. This next level is Act 6 of Chapter 2 and it's named The Big Parade. In this level, Hat Kid is a parade master leading a group of music-playing penguins. The thing is, in this level you cannot stop moving at all, cause if you stop for too long, your parade will catch up to you and hurt you. What a bunch of jerks. There's also a super big crowd in the city, so falling down there is out of question. The goal of this chapter is to successfully survive for long enough to complete the parade. As you go, new things to do will happen, like turning on the pyrotechnics, for example. Once that is done, everything starts exploding everywhere and you'll have to be super careful on where you plan to go now, because those fireworks can seriously hurt you. I found this level to be super original, the music was good, it was a really good concept and I liked it. The fourth chapter, In a Hat in Time, is not my favorite one. To be fair, it's my least favorite one, but the fact that it's more open world ended than the previous one led to some bigger adventures. In particular, the windmill is my favorite zone to explore. In this level, you'll have to climb up a giant windmill in order to reach the timepiece that is on top of it. During your ascension, you will go through mountains and cliffs, you'll enter the windmill, and you'll go through many more zones. Falling down could be potentially dangerous, so you want to avoid it at all costs. The windmill is actually made out of many moving cogs and moving platforms, so you'll have to time your jump and be very precise if you want to get to the top. So, you thought the SUBCON forest was creepy? Well, Queen Vanessa's manor is terrifying. Entering her manor is very difficult because you can't just use the front door, no. But let me say that you're not very welcome there. Queen Vanessa is some sort of monster that wants to eat little kids like Hat Kid, so you'll have to hide from her at all cost. The scariest thing about this level is the fact that when Queen Vanessa spots you, the screen gets all messed up and the music goes crazy. I genuinely got scared the first time I played this level. I mean, heck, this game is super cute, super happy, super fun, and then you have this level, which is horrifying out of nowhere? During this level, you'll explore the entire manor to gather keys to go to the next part, but don't make too much sound, or else you'll trigger Vanessa. You can't mention A Hat in Time without mentioning the time rifts. Those zones are accessed by touching little time bubble thingies hidden in many levels. They act as little bonus zones and feature moving platforms and cool stuff like delicious cookies. They remind me of the bonus level in Super Mario Sunshine in a way, and that's a very good thing. I could not really pick a single time rift for this top 10, so you know what? All of the time rifts are included for number 3. Also, let me tell you that the music used here is one of the most soothing and relaxing music in the entire game. As soon as the time rift popped on the level selection screen, I stopped everything I was doing just to find it and do it right away. Yeah, that's how fun they actually are. Remember that train where we solved the murder earlier? Well, in Act 4, Train Rush, we go back to that same exact train, except this time, instead of filming a detective movie, we are filming a movie that is probably directed by Michael Bay, because it's gonna feature a lot of explosions everywhere. You'll have to use Hat Kid's grappling hook to swing from one car to another. Oh, and did I mention that you have to hurry up? Yup, you probably noticed that there's a countdown in the bottom right corner of the screen. Well, it's because there's a bomb on the train, and when that countdown reaches 0, everything blows up. Hurry up and don't look back as you go through many cars, even some featuring lava. Yes, lava inside a train. Yeah, this really has to be a Michael Bay movie, that doesn't make any sense. What a better way than to end this top 10 with the final level in the game. Time's End is the game's finale and it pits you against Mustache Girl. But before that amazing fight, you'll have to go through a castle filled with lava, fire and dangerous things. I don't know why almost every final levels in games involve lava and fire in a way, but A Hat in Time is no different. One cool thing is that before you enter the castle, you'll meet every character in the entire game. You see, all of those guys are being summoned by the new master of the world, Mustache Girl. And you're summoned too, so grab a ticket and wait for your turn. You know what, we don't have all day, so let's just go right into the fight. This final battle is pretty cool, although not as cool as the Snatchers fight. At least for this fight you have quite a public. This level is insanely cool, just like the rest of the game, so you should totally get it and play it. Hey, thanks a lot for watching, I hope you enjoyed this top 10. Be sure to subscribe and to click on the bell to make sure you don't miss any video of mine. Once that is done, give this video a good ol' like and tap the cards on screen to see more of my vids. I'll see you right away in a new video.